Be heading to Arkansas here in the next couple days to look at a property that became available and that is within my reach, so wish me luck.
6 years ago, I bought a property in Arkansas, and a few months later, after I sold my place in Illinois, I moved down to Arkansas, and my homesteading self-sufficiency journey began. It wasn't much of a property. It was 2.8 acres, but half of that flooded every time we got a hard rain, and the other half was just covered in trash. So it was only $5,000, and there's a reason why it was so cheap. But I'm broke and don't have any steady income coming in, no disability, no benefits, no regular job. And so, yeah, a leap of faith. My family helped me out, and I made it into, what I've become 6 years later. But yes, mobile home is just full of trash, holes in the ceiling and the floor. So I fixed up one room, and that's what I lived in. That was another outbuilding that, yeah. But what really sold me on the area was right down the road. This is Blue Mountain Lake. Some of you saw me out there just a few weeks ago with some friends. And, you know, as trashy as my place was, this was just down the road, and there was no man-made mess out there. That's all natural beauty. So I got moved down there, and my first day working, here comes Fifi with a broken paw. And, yep, so she kind of came with the property, and she was there, you know, probably before I was.
You're talkative.
And, yeah, here's Fifi.
Yes, you are. You're talkative. Are you a boy or a girl? Are you a boy or a girl? Oh, very skinny. So very skinny. Yeah, and I don't know if you can see the wound. Yeah. I'll bring you some food tomorrow. I promise I can do that. I hope your neighbor's cat and you just go home and they take care of you. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? If not, you are more than welcome to stick around here.
In addition to Fifi with a broken paw, who I took into Russellville to the vet, and we got her all fixed up. It took her a while to heal, though. But in addition to Fifi, there were also 4 wild hens that I inherited with the property. They had been roosting in the trees and living on their own without any people taking care of them for at least a few months. And so, yeah, that was an interesting quick change in my life. And yeah, they were fun having around, you know, jumping down from the rafters after their afternoon siesta. And here we go. Yeah, that's fun. Fifi would hide under the car and chase them, and they would chase her, and yeah, good fun. And then there was the Justin Rhodes meetup.
Welcome to Bobblehead Homestead! Perfect.
This was a month after moving to Arkansas. I think I had maybe 200 subscribers. There's Daniel Arms Family Homestead, hosted the Rhodes. Got to meet the Texas boys. And I think I ended up with around 500 subscribers after going down there for that. So that was great. And then later that winter, Bob shows up. And that's about as close as Bob let me get to him for a good month. He did not warm up to me quickly. That took a long time. Another cat also showed up. I named him Beavis. He lost a fight and was not around a long time. And then here's what I was doing most of the winter. Picking up trash. Clearing the way for chickens and for garden beds. And I did a lot of that, and it made me a little bit silly over the winter. But that's what I did my first winter, was I picked up a lot of trash, making room for the chickens and gardens. Got to work, had 4 hens and plans for more chickens, and so I built my very first hoop coop. Yeah, so my very first hoop coop is going up. Fun times. Then I was ready for more chickens. I ended up getting 4 whiting true blue hens and a brown leghorn off of Craigslist. Betty White, Mary Tyler Moore, Private Benjamin, and Carol Burnett. And yeah, my little chicken operation was slowly getting started. But that wasn't all I was doing. I was this was early, probably February, doing plant starts and getting ready to garden. I concentrated mostly on flowers. You'll see that later in this video. But yes, I got to work doing just thousands over the course of the spring, thousands of plant starts. And then Cog Hill Farm put out a dancing challenge collaboration, and I entered it, and here's the video. All those plant starts needed a place to go, but I did not do much of any digging. I didn't do any tilling. What I did was I covered the ground with rugs and other stuff, killed everything underneath it. I got old hay from my neighbor. I spread out the old hay. I put cardboard on top of that, and then I put more old hay on top of that, and then I just dug out little holes and transplanted. Those are cosmos on the right and sunflowers on the left, and I just did thousands of those. Bob, there's some of that old hay that I used. Bob and Fifi were they were good supervisors. They weren't much help, but they were good little supervisors. And you know what? They grew. The sunflowers grew, the cosmos grew, and yeah, the fruits of my labor. So I wasn't the only one to enjoy the fruits of my labor. There's some goldfinch, and just a swarm of those came in after the sunflowers. That was really cool to see. You know, it was a lot of hard work, but shots like this, you know, really paid off. And I think my neighbor, Bulldozer Man, I think his wife really liked flowers, and she might have talked him into coming over one day and helping me out with the bulldozer, clearing more land for more chickens and more gardens. And yeah, just in a little bit of time, one of those small bulldozers can do a lot of work. All right, let's enjoy the fruits of my labor that first spring. good old number 2 out free ranging. And I did add a Welsomer rooster. So once you add a rooster in with hens, inevitably you start getting baby chicks. And there's number 2. I let her hatch out some eggs, and yeah, a rooster and hens, and thus began the baby chick madness that I have known for the past 5+ years. Another hen, I had her raising some baby chicks. Yeah, so it had begun, and they had started taking over to the point where they were just waiting outside my front door in the morning. So yeah, of course I gotta start building more hoop coops. So here I go. This is putting together the door on another hoop coop, because I'm slowly expanding my chicken flocks and my chicken operation. So this is hoop coop number 2. Bob is supervising as he normally does, and yeah, that's and then I met this guy. Yep. This wasn't the video where I met him, and then I met this guy. This was in August of 2018. Drew's Lens, you know him now as. The very next day after Drew came over and gave me a ton of help, I met some more folks who would end up being a giant positive influence on my life. Yeah, man, that's a dumpster, and it's huge. Oh, well, you know what I'm going to be doing for a few days, and luckily I've got some great helpers coming. So, woohoo! Oh, you dudes, this is so exciting. Good morning. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. You are a beautiful rooster. And we're bringing Grumpy outside, leaving him in the cage today, I think, just so that he can get accustomed to his surroundings, and he seems to be doing good so far. And then they just got right to work, and they did a ton of work. Doug and Ashley and Belle and Maverick, they were between properties. So out of the generosity of their hearts, they came down and just did a tremendous thing for me. That's how so many of you people out there learned about me, was thanks to Out in the Country was their name at the time. They're now known as Different. And on the very first clip on this video, when I announced that I was going down to Arkansas to look at a property for sale, there were Frugal Drew. He commented on that video. You know him as Drew from Drew's Lens now. And Doug and Ashley from Different, they commented on that video also. In fact, Doug and Ashley, they've been watching me since the very first video I ever did with, it was a Pratt Family Homestead giveaway, and to enter you had to make a video, and they also made a video. So they've known me since my very first video, and Drew was watching me before I moved to Arkansas also. But yeah, they brought me Grumpy, and I love Grumpy. And man, they just there were 3 old sheds on the property. Here's one of them. They just took it apart, and while we had the dumpster, they paid for the dumpster. And then this old shed house shack thing, that was full of trash, which was emptied. And then they started dismantling it, and we salvaged a lot of wood and tin and stuff from that. But we were just getting rid of it. That is the area where my shed to house, which will come later in this video, that's where it ended up going. So without this getting removed, which happened while they were here, the shed to house would have been that much more difficult to do. But it was just a great week. They came out every day, removed a huge dumpster full of trash. And then my neighbor Bulldozer Man, he saw all the fun that we were having, so he decided to come over with the bulldozer and finish off that shed house shack thing, whatever it was. They had gotten all the trash out of it. So it was nothing left but but wood and metal. And there it went. There it went. And there was a giant hole next to it already. So, bulldozed it into the hole, lit it on fire, and got rid of the old shed to house thing within a week of them coming. Good afternoon from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Thursday. This is the wonderful Doug and Ashley from out in the country. If you haven't seen their channel yet, they have been here since Monday. Behind me there was a shed house shack thing, and it's gone thanks to them. So my channel and my life got a huge boost from Doug and Ashley. I can never say thank you to them enough. It's great seeing Different and their channel doing so well on YouTube, and I know they're gonna do well in their future also. Thanks to a very generous benefactor, I was able to buy a shed. And Doug and Ashley from Different actually found it on Facebook Marketplace for me. But before I could get it, we had to clear a spot for a shed to house. Okay, what happens when you get a bulldozer stuck? You get your bigger bulldozer out to bring it over to get the other one unstuck. Here we go. My neighbor, Bulldozer Man, had been helping me clear some trees and level land to get ready for the shed to house. And the previous day to this, he had gotten his main bulldozer stuck in the mud. So the next day, he brought over his other bulldozer to get it unstuck. And I'm the one driving the bulldozer on the left. I never would have thought, who knows, in a million years I would have ever driven a bulldozer, but there I go. I am driving a bulldozer. Bulldozer Man, another neighbor from down the road, Joe, they helped me clear the trees for the shed to house, and then they were also, bulldozed and filled in, and so where that shed to house thing used to be and where a bunch of trash used to be, well, it all got cleared out for my shed to house. To Roots and Refuge Farm, and it's a party out here. Jess and Maya, Ben and Megan from the Holler Homestead, and then don't remember your names, Ethan and Sarah, all the way from Minnesota.
That's right.
And you are 180 degrees from average.
You got it. Yep.
All right, go check out their channels, links below. Now I'm gonna stop and have fun.
Well, I feel bad for
And I gotta mention,
Ben and Andrea from VW Family Farm showed up too. It's a big old party. Good morning, Grumpy. Yeah, he ventured out onto the top step. Yeah, of course. Fifi wants some food, and I don't know what Bob's doing. This is a test right now to see what happens. What's up, Bob? You're not going to attack, are you? You didn't attack that other cat. You've been being pretty friendly lately. Bob, 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 Bob. Papa Pepper is here! Welcome to Bobblehead Homestead. Thanks for...
Yeah, as I grew, I was able to meet more cool people. Here I am meeting Papa Pepper, and the previous clips you saw, I got invited to Roots and Refuge Farm here in Arkansas before they moved, and I met the Holler Homestead and VW Family Farm. And yeah, just YouTube has been awesome, helping me meet awesome folks. Papa Pepper's helping me build another hoop coop. I don't remember, it's either number 3 or number 4. But I'd known him for a while, but we hadn't met in person. We'd only known each other online. But yeah, it helped me put together a hoop coop, and then he brought a food forest for me, mulberry and elderberry and serviceberry and gooseberry, and I don't know what all he brought. I'm surprised I remember those, but yeah, Papa Pepper.
We've got, I don't know, a dozen, whatever. But what are you dropping in these holes now?
Turds!
Then we have a red mulberry. That's gonna be good.
He didn't get any rocks.
Oh yeah, well that, I don't know where we'll find more rocks, but I think we'll take care of that. I'm on a tractor behind a dump truck. Can I drive it? We're about to find out. Do I dare try to put it in the third? I don't know. Hello, cows. Moo.
This was my first time driving a big tractor. I had already driven a bulldozer, so why not? We were headed down to a rock quarry around the corner to get some rock for the foundation for my shed house. And so yeah, I was driving the tractor and he was in the dump truck. Okay, we can let the professionals take over now.
Trip because there are 2 roosters in that one carrier and there are 5 hens in the other carrier, and so those are leaving the homestead today. I'm going to do a little bartering, selling, trading, who knows, and where are they going? Let's go find out. Guard dog's keeping an eye on me. Yeah, you're good. And look at this little baby sheep. enjoy it. Yeah, you're going to be cooped up for a little while until you get used to the new home, but you're going to be happy here. Oh, yes, you are. The fun begins. Oh, and I see the beehives over there. All right, I'm sure they're ready for spring and making honey all summer long. Quick shot in their greenhouse, and they've got aquaponics going here. So they've got a large tank with fish in it, and then it's just recirculating the water, and it's using the emulsions from the fish to grow all these, looks like lettuces or some eggplants there. He's got tomatoes, and this is like the beginning of March, and they've got veggies growing in here. So this is a very cool setup. Hello, ladies. Do you just follow everybody around hoping to get some more food? I bet you do. Run away. Oh, yeah. That's a big old sow. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bunch of babies. I made it to the destination. I am here at VW Family Farm with Ben and Andrea. Thanks for having me over. And I brought them 5 hens and 2 roosters, and we'll talk about that later. And now they've got work to do, so I'm just going to follow them around and try to help and stay out of the way.
Ben and Andrea from VW Family Farm are by far my favorite farmers in Arkansas. And, you know, they've got it going on. They've got a real farm going on. Sheep and chickens, and they've got the business going. They've got cattle, they've got pigs, they've got all kinds of stuff. You know, hundreds of acres. Here that you see them rolling out a bale of hay for the cattle, and just getting to spend a day with them. Using rotational grazing and learning from them. You know, Ben still got a full-time job while they're doing all this. So they are just, yeah, they're just an incredible family, and I hope you'll go check them out. Those are loofah gourd starts and some Tithonia Mexican sunflower starts that I took to the shindig in, April of 2018. As if Ben and Andrea from VW Family Farm didn't do enough, they got together with Roots and Refuge Farm and put together the shindig. I brought hatching eggs and baby chicks, and yeah, the shindig was probably 1,000 people showed up in, where was it? Searcy, Arkansas. Roots and Refuge and VW Family Farm hosted it. Just tons of channels there. I don't know, 40, 50 YouTube channels. And this was more than 5 years ago now. Homestead Homemaker, Searching Sabrina. You know, people I've met several times after. A lot of people I met at the shindig ended up coming down. You'll see them in later videos helping me put my shed to house together. Rock and Sea Homestead from Oklahoma, Ann and Andy's Homestead, they're here locally. They were a big, huge help to me. And look at that sign that they made for me. And their daughter recently got some pullets from me. The Haskins family vlog here in Arkansas. So we were putting together a crew of people here in Arkansas, and it was just such a good time. The Stivers Homestead, they made it over. And Drew was my partner in crime. Drew's lens now. He helped drive for the day.
The Self-Reliant Roadshow has made it. He came from the wrong direction, though. This is the 3rd person today who's followed their GPS instead of my directions. Alright, Bob got here before the cabin, so we're going to have to be shuffling stuff around. It's, I don't know, it's probably like right at noon. And look at that. That's going to be in my driveway for a week or so. It's raining, and they just got here. Hello, everybody. I'll try to catch up with you every few minutes. And there's a big surprise. Can you even see it back there? Oh, man. Okay, here's the surprise. That's not the original cabin that I bought. This is a different cabin. This one is bigger. This one is a 12 by 40,
instead of the 14 by 32. And it's a long story, but a 12-foot wide, you don't need permits and escorts and all that red tape. So they were able to deliver one that was 12 feet wide, much easier than my original cabin. So this one is a 12 by 40. It's only got one side door. There are no windows on it whatsoever. Some of you guys like doing layouts. My email address, send me some new layouts for a 12 by 40 with a side door. We're gonna have to cut out the windows and do that. Probably put another door in there, but it's the same construction. One benefit, it has double flooring that's already insulated. That'll be a benefit for us. And of course, it's about 80 square feet larger than my original cabin. And so, yeah, that's what's going on right now. And, okay, I can't lean down like this. I'm gonna go away now and enjoy yourselves. Be nice.
that's why I don't do any filming in my room. But this is the worst. This is the absolute worst it has ever been because of all the craziness.
Okay, I'm holding the camera. I'm behind it. I hope you can hear me. I can't read with my glasses on. But yeah, they got up first thing this morning, wanting to get as much done as they possibly could before they left. And there we have my nice new air conditioner installed, and it is already cool in here. Maybe that'll help with the flies. And we got the first, the first room of the flooring done. And you can see that trim is not attached. We just, stuck it in there to see how it looks. And boy, I think this room just looks huge. It really does. It looks a lot bigger than it probably is with that flooring in there. So that's an update from this room. Now let's take a look here. Here's the bathroom. Mrs. B, she rigged up all of that shower curtain. I still need the plastic one for the inside, and this was gifted to me by Albany Mountain Homestead, I do believe. Once again, not everything is finished, so I'm gonna have lots of little projects like painting up above that shower there, and also putting some caulk in and stuff like that. And then there's the medicine cabinet. He went ahead and got that installed, and it matches the bathroom sink there. So yes, very nice. Okay. Now we'll go. Yeah, and here's my kitchen. Yeah, I just can't believe I have a kitchen now. And once again, not everything is done. There'll be some stuff left to do. There is my water heater. He installed that and got that all ready to go. And I believe that's 10 gallon. I'm just me. I've been showering under a water hose. So, but then I might put a curtain over there or lots of different options. And there's my cluck here and a cluck there from Rocking Sea Homestead and some other knickknacks. And I got shelves up there. That's very nice. Yeah, the refrigerator, and it's already stocked with leftovers. He got my dishwasher. That's all ready to go once we've got the water hooked up. And this stove, oh man, I've never had a nice stove like this. It's got the 4 burners, and then it's got the warm zone, and I've got a real oven again. Oh. And all right, that's about all I can show you of the updates now.
And then Levi and Tasha from Pine Knot Family Farm showed up with the heavy equipment to dig the trenches for the water and the electric, skid steer and a mini excavator. The skid steer was clearing, the giant piles of trash, and the mini excavator dug a big old hole for the giant piles of trash. And yeah, just a great time. Then soon after that, I headed up to VW Family Farm once again. I've been up there a few times. They're such a great family. It was chicken processing day. The 4 of them did more than 50 chickens that they grew themselves within, just a few hours in the morning. And then later we had a cookout, had some beaver burgers. Jess and Maya from Roots and Refuge
VW
came
Family
out
Farm today.
to
Good
enjoy the rest
people,
of the
good
day.
food, good fun.
And it was
Thank
just
you.
a great time. But then it was back to work on the shed to house, finishing it up. It wasn't done yet. There's John and Stephanie. They helped me renovate the kitchen. We moved the stove, we moved the refrigerator, we added a vent hood, we added another bottom cabinet, we added more upper cabinets, and that was a great day. A lot more space in a tiny kitchen. There was plenty of cabinet space and everything. So that was very worthwhile, and I really appreciated the help on that. And then I got to work doing the trim around the windows. I made a larger windowsill than normal so that Grumpy and the and the cats could enjoy the windowsills. Yeah, the shed house, it's probably still not done, but good enough for me to live in. Yeah, there's kind of a counter. We put a wider board on there so I could, stack more stuff on there. Drew came over quite a few times helping me do the trim and finish up the ceiling. Most of the ceiling was done, but we hadn't finished all that yet. And it was just an incredible group effort helping me get that shed to house fixed up and in living condition. The cats did not enjoy all the folks around there. So once they all left, the cats were finally getting back to normal.
You better get it. It's flopping around back there. It's going to keep flopping around unless you get it. You better get that tail. Look at that. It's flopping. You better get it. Grumpy. Grumpy, you better get it. Get it. Get it. Get that tail. Good morning from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Thursday. It is early. I got up early for I don't know why. I didn't do it on purpose.
Here I am putting a rack on the ceiling so that I can hang my pots and pans from them. This is one of my favorite features. But yeah, over the course of 2 weeks, there were probably 20 channels, 50 people came to help me get this shed to house in living condition. Hey, how much is that Angus in the window? Yeah, I got some visitors from time to time. And of course, there were more chickens and more coops to be built. So here I am building another hoop coop. I don't know, is this number 5? Number 6 maybe? But yeah, my chicken business was doing pretty good. I was able to hire a neighbor kid for a couple days to come help me with this hoop coop. It goes so much faster when you got two people doing a hoop coop. But yeah, the chicken business was starting to take off. Whiting True Blues and Olive Eggers and some Welsumers here and there. And then, yeah, what am I doing here? Putting bicycle tires on it. Yeah, that worked okay at my original property, but where I'm at right now with all the rocks, that just did not work. So I'm hoping I can use that trick again once I get moved. Fifi was enjoying the new dig. She hates being inside, but she didn't mind it in there. Got a new incubator so I could increase the number of chicks that I'm hatching so that I could, make a little bit more income each week. I was probably up to, 20 to 30 baby chicks per week, and then raising my own so that when they're adults, I've got more laying hens. And hey, it's Papa Pepper's birthday. Yeah, we had a birthday party for Papa Pepper up at our friend Monica's place. And while we were up there, we did a little bit of planting. I brought, probably irises and daylilies, who knows what else, but the kids helped me do it. And it was a great time with great folks, and I love getting together. Thanks to Drew, I scored an invite to meet Paul, the bearded carpenter, over at his place and see just some of the amazing work that he has done building with logs. And yeah, Paul the bearded carpenter and Drew got a great tour. There's a log home that he built, a beautiful property, and yeah, just incredible. Here I am doing a Ruth Stout's potato bed. Those are old composted wood chips in with some old chicken manure. Just laid the seed potatoes right on top of that. Piled up old hay that I got free from my neighbor on there. And yeah, easy gardening. All right, here we are at the top of Mount Magazine Mountain, the highest point in Arkansas. I had been looking at this mountain for years, but I never made it up there. But a special occasion, it was Drew's birthday. So he was gifted that VW bus on his birthday by Tiny Farm Nuggets, and they bought my old truck. And yeah, Drew and his new VW bus. I put that garden bed together. I love it when a plan works out. Yeah, still doing a little bit of gardening. Had success with cucumbers and a few other things. But I was not doing as much gardening because I was spending a lot more time hatching eggs and getting my chicken business going. Here's a random... One old rotting bale of hay in the bed of my truck. Another meetup with Papa Pepper. This time we got together at Monica's to do some chicken processing. Chicken, I brought some, he brought some, Monica had some, and we made a day of it. Always productive when Papa Pepper's around. Yeah, here's a raccoon that I trapped, and here's a possum that I trapped. It's ongoing. You'll see more of that in a minute. And here we go, a country road traffic jam, courtesy of a neighbor's cow. I miss seeing these donkeys. But yeah, there were a couple donkeys. Every time I go to and from town, I'd see them. And here we go. There's a nice patch of marigolds. Dudes, I look forward one way or another at my new property. I look forward to doing more gardening and especially more flower gardening. That's what I've had success at in the gardening world, so I might as well do more of it. Anybody want some seeds in the future? Also, expanding, that's number 2's daughter, expanding the number 2 flock at the new place. Luckily, I won't need to build any more hoop coops for a while at the new place. Here's Drew helping me out. That must be, I don't know, 6? Yeah, probably hoop coop number 6. This was an interesting experience. I caught this crazy-eyed owl hopping into one of my chicken coops right before dark. I grabbed my fishing net and snagged it and put it in a cage, and then I took it down by Blue Mountain Lake and released it. But yeah, just a crazy experience catching this. I think it's a great horned owl. But yeah, very cool. Okay. What were the results of that Ruth Stout potato garden? Well, not too bad. Not too bad at all. No money, hardly any effort, and we got some good returns. Here I go, expanding my chicken breeding business. Once again, bringing in new genetics and bringing in new hatching eggs. Not all of them made the trip safely. And with all those new genetics, of course, I need another hoop coop. This must be number 7, because, yeah, I think this is number 7. I have 10 of them now. Yeah, and it's always nice to stop and enjoy nature. I need to do that more often. There's a good woodpecker, and this was cool. A road runner running around my original property. And this one hung out for a couple weeks. I'd see it almost every day. And, you know, that's just something I never experienced. So that is definitely part of the benefits of being out in the country, is getting to enjoy nature. And I'll be doing a lot more of that, I am sure. These are black copper marans. Black copper marans. And I'll talk while I work. But I've got 7 pullets. They are about 4.5 months old, big, beautiful hens, and 1 cockerel. So, yeah. I got these from a local breeder. Yeah, I know, you're the last one. Come here. You'll be back with your friends very soon. Yes, you will. Local breeder that I have known here for quite a while. Does anybody remember Punky Brewster? I had a hen that I named Punky Brewster. She came with the original flock that I bought, not the ones that were here. But yeah, so yeah, so I've known her since I gave away Punky Brewster. That's a whole long story. So I've known her since then, and I've been over to their place. Some of the chicks that I put outside yesterday were from her, and she raises some beautiful birds. And I've got some now. There I go again. Chickens, chickens, chickens. I now have 3 of these little incubators that I use to hatch you know, small batches of specific breeds that come out of my larger incubator. And here we go, my fraternity boys flock. Yep, at this time, I think there were 10 or so fraternity boys all living together, mostly peaceful and mostly harmonious. And then, just closed on this house and property on Wednesday. And today is Friday. Today is my first day here as the owner of this property. Plenty big for me. Bedroom, living room, office, bathroom. It's got a septic system. I'll get to that, and I'll probably say that 10 times. I have a septic system here. Yep, I bought a house right next door to Drew's place, and the next chapter of my life began. GroovyEggs Farm. Yes, the plan was to use this place to help expand my chicken business and make that my major source of income, which it did become for a while. And it was a nice house. It really is. I'm going to miss this house. Lovely walls, ceilings, you know, custom woodwork. You don't see that. But it was not move-in ready. There was no kitchen in it at all, and I needed the property put together in a way that I could use every square inch for all of my chicken flocks. And so that's what happened. It took me 1.5 years to move there, and there were many intervening factors in that. But here was a work group. Papa Pepper came down. He brought the A-team with him. There's Kevin from River Mountain Homestead. I need to give him a call. Yeah, the A-team, they're digging up forsythia. They're digging up daylilies. They're digging up the food forest that Papa Pepper had previously planted for me and moving it all to the new place along with wood chips. And yeah, that's going to be some great soil after I leave. Paul, the bearded carpenter, was out there. There was this giant cedar log in the front yard that had, you know, I needed to make way for the chickens. And so Paul, the bearded carpenter, brought his chainsaw and got to work. We turned a lot of that into firewood. It's not the best firewood. It's great for getting fire started. So it was nice having that done. And yeah, that was a full day of activity, getting my food forest and clearing land and making room for GroovyEggs Farm chicken business to take off. Surprise visitors!
Yay!
Gary and Mel, your channel.
Simple Life Reclaimed.
Oh yes, yes, and they stopped by today. You bought property in Arkansas. Where are you moving from?
Arizona.
Yep.
Desert. Basically Las Vegas, like Hoover Dam area, but we're coming from the desert landscape all the way out here to Arkansas to live in the forest.
Yeah, and hatching chicks, cleaning incubators, collecting eggs. At least the egg collection is a lot more fun when you get some groovy egg colors coming in. Yeah, hand feeding number 2. I will always miss number 2. And handsome roosters. That's a blue copper Morans. A month later, in April 2021, Roots and Refuge, Jess had a book release signing, and I was able to go check that out. I got to the library, I tracked down my first channel that I wanted to track down. VW Family Farm, you all know Ben and Andrea.
How y'all doing?
And we're doing a little trade today.
We are.
We're doing a parking lot swap out here.
Yeah.
What's up, stranger? Hey! Hey!
Awesome. How are you?
How you doing?
Great.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
No problem. Yeah, we're good. We're good. How are you?
Pretty good. This is awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
It was great getting to meet up with them and get to know them before they moved away a short time later. Here's number 2. Hey, this thing works pretty well, except where it touches me, they're still bugging me. They're still bugging me. It's only like a tenth as bad as it was without this little screen thing. But they're landing all over the place. There are like 5 of them on me right now. You probably can't see them. So they probably dug it, and then they had to go back in there by hand and put the rocks.
See if I can get a flashlight in there.
Oh, I didn't bring my flashlight. Luckily for me, Drew is typically more of a good influence. He kind of talked me into buying this 1991 Chevy Suburban, and I still love Boss Hog. But I just got major revenge on him for talking me into buying Boss Hog. And then let's see, about a month later, we had a meetup in Oklahoma. There's Simply Jan Homestead, and that was another good day. Had to go all the way there. Tim at Ridge Life had to go all the way to Oklahoma to meet up with people I already knew from Arkansas, Kevin and Paul there. And some new channels I was meeting. Southern Blessed Homestead. Yeah. There we go. Sherry, the Apricot Tiny House. And Anne Marie, Big Dreams. Tiny Budget. And Evan's Family. Homestead. Yeah, just lots of great people at the meetup. Those things are always fun. Here we've got David from Come On Homesteading. Yeah, I think he was still in Texas at the time. So, yeah, just a great place for people to meet up again who've already met each other. And, yeah, good times. My new neighbors down the road, Gary and Mel, Simple Life Reclaimed. Yeah, I had to drive 3 hours and spend some time with them. And, here we go. Hatching more baby chicks. That's what I do. Here we go again with meeting up with VW Family Farm. I was getting some laying hens from them, and they've got a business going on. They have a real farm business going on. You can get their products, vwfamilyfarm.com. I've had their meats, and they're just awesome, so you can go buy from them. And then we had a 4th of July Freedom Weekend at the 41.36. Just a great time, just down the road from my original place, and now it's down the road from my new place. Empty Homestead bought us all some steaks. Oh my goodness, that was great. Just a great weekend of community building and friendship building and having fun. So yeah, this has been an awesome adventure. There's a big old group photo from Freedom Fest at the 41.36. Later that summer, a group of us made a trip over to Paul at the Bearded Carpenter. It was the first time some of them had gotten to see what he's capable of doing. And just the beauty of his building techniques. Got Anthony and Roxanne in front of the camera, and we all did a live show together. So that was a lot of fun, getting together and having fun. Yep, still catching more raccoons, probably 40, 50, and possums too. Continued working on my current house. Drew and Sean there. We had a white pants plumbing party. Yep, they went under the house and redid basically all of the plumbing, which had been frozen and cracked, and redid it all in PEX. Yeah, a lot of hard work, but you have fun when you get together also. So white pants, and don't ask. Go watch the video. Drew, did you destroy my porch?
Wasn't me.
Lindsay didn't destroy it either. Mike, did you destroy my porch? And now we have the man of the hour. This is Mike. He lives just a bit down the road.
Dogman Homestead.
Dogman Homestead, and this is Mike. And we'll be seeing more of Mike. Are you coming on for my birthday party?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, Dogman discovered us, and he just lives on the same road here, so he came over and helped me tear down a porch. I got Bulldozer Man over here with his bulldozer for a day right before my birthday. So he was clearing a lot of the brush and the smaller trees, making the way because I needed all this space for the chickens. So that was great. And then we had my birthday bash, and just tons of great folks showed up. All that brush that had been bulldozed, they got rid of junk piles. They rebuilt my water well house. Yeah, a great time was had. A lot of progress was made towards getting me moved here. There might have even been a little bit of dancing going on towards the end when we were all getting silly. Oh, just good times and hard work. That's been the theme to my channel for about 6 years now. A lot of progress on the kitchen. We got outlets for the stove and the dishwasher. 3 more hoop coops. Yeah, a wood shelter. And unfortunately, I did lose number 2 that weekend also. And then after my birthday bash, there was still more work to be done. So it's all Grady. They came back down. They got busy. Butt Nuggets brought their chipper over. Mike and Greg, they were going to town finishing out that well house. Look at that pegboard. Yeah, and we got firewood stacked in the wood shelter, and I used that this winter, putting hay on, and then, oh yeah, there we go. There we go. The kitchen is finally coming together. So thanks so much to Denise and Marcel and all the other folks who helped on that. Yeah, we later made a day of it over at Possum Run Homestead, and I'm getting some groovy colored eggs coming in. So that's been my life since moving for the most part, was chickens, and hatching eggs and trapping more raccoons. Yeah, who knows how many I've trapped at this point. Who knows? Those electric fences work, not 100% of the time, but they do work. And then I got ripped off. Some big news was somebody broke into this house and stole a bunch of stuff. I don't want to dwell on that stuff, so I'll try to explain it here in this video and then move on with my life. But yeah, somebody broke in and stole a lot of things, and I'm going to tell you about it. It was finally time to move, and moving day did not go all that smoothly, but we got moved. Got the chickens moved and the chicken coops, and you know, that was the main thing. Many stops on the way there, readjusting and reattaching. And then once I got moved, got my big incubator going, started hatching chicks, putting more eggs in the incubator, over 100 there, 102 more went in the next week. Yeah, still catching raccoons at the new place. I did get away for a day, and I helped Anthony make a hoop coop. Mike took me to town. He got me a new pair of glasses at his ophthalmologist. Yeah, there we go. Another raccoon. Trapping them right and left. Baby chicks hatching galore, selling baby chicks, meeting customers, driving around. Here we go, ready to hatch another batch. And that's just, it's been go on the chicken business front since I got here. I did stop this weekend. Yeah, they threw me a surprise birthday party. Look at all those great folks who showed up. Yeah, Mike was just taking me out to lunch, and we get there, and there's like 20 other people there. So that was awesome. Mama V was, she was the one who put it together. So, yeah, thank you everybody who came out and surprised me for another birthday party. This one was a lot less work than the year before it. Yeah, groovy cake too. Then Drew had left on his West Coast excursion, and we had a little welcome back party for Drew. Bunch of friends came out, and we had a good day out there at Blue Mountain Lake. Good food and good folks and good fun, and it was good to see Drew back in town. And yep, I'm raising more chicks so that I've got more hens that can lay more eggs and hatch them. Jess from Tree Haven, go check out his channel. He came down and finished out my shower. That was like in November.
Is it fun? This is not fun anymore.
And then the winter storms hit. Oh boy, ice and snow, and the snow that came down was heavy. It collapsed my little brooder tent. All kinds of limbs were falling off and busting up my electric fences, and I still have not recovered. Denise and Marcel came down. They stopped by. They went home with a chicken. Helped me out a little bit.
Me right
and
now.
Hello,
He's
Bob.
supervising.
But yeah, more eggs in the incubator. More baby chicks hatched. Here's a unique egg. There's a bloom on an egg, and you get it a little bit wet, and it changes color. So that's a neat trick. And now we're getting closer to where we are in the present. Nice meetup in Oklahoma for lunch. I'm starting to keep some of number 2's offspring. Yeah, attacked by dogs and got to sell something. Luckily, I was able to pull it off, bought some new land, hired the A-team, and got some other volunteers, and we are going to town on my new property. And the next 6 years, things are looking good. All of the help that I've received from all of the friends that I've made has put me in a great position to overcome the disaster of the neighbor's dogs, and has allowed me an opportunity to get this 6, almost 7 acres of land. And I'd say I'm starting over, but I'm not starting over. Thanks to the past 6 years and all of the help and the work that I put in, I already have a house. I already have a house that I can put down there. I already have the 10 chicken coops and the chickens I need to start up a business. And so I'm not really starting over. I am starting fresh on a new piece of land with a lot of resources already at my disposal. And I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot about homesteading the past 6 years that I can put to use. So we'll see if I can actually put it all together on this 6+ acre property, having chickens and gardens and food forests and permaculture, and the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Thank you, everybody.